Oh my, it's such a fucking pleasure to paint with no lag. You know, sometimes you get caught up in like, oh, how does the painting looks? Let's look this way, and I want the other way, and like, you think about and you worry about all that crap, and you don't really get to appreciate just like the action of painting is actually fucking really, really nice. Like you move your hand and it creates the line, and it's just best feeling ever. And then you train and you work hard, and the line that you create with a stroke of your hand becomes actually a good looking line. And then next step is that people pay you to make those lines. Like, you definitely gotta do it. It's art is for me. It's not only my job, but it's also the way how I entertain myself and what I do in my free time as well. Okay, one thing that I actually haven't done in this piece is that I haven't addressed his glowing in the middle. What age? Well, I only started drawing in 21, and it was serious from the first second, pretty much. Like there was no time for me where I just like fucked around and then got serious. No, it was always kind of gotta do it. How do I do the scales here? In class for it right now, most of it is studio arts, so it's all traditional media. Oh, really? I actually don't know how much of a help it is for you doing traditional stuff and academic teachings. I'm a big like proponent of getting like no education and just like figuring out stuff by on your own. Fuck, I even have it like outside of art too. Like with Olympic weightlifting, I have so many people who come to me and tell me like, yo, just fucking go and you know hire a coach, train with a coach for a couple of sessions. It will like save you so much more time. But something in me just like thinks like, no, you gotta like all of that stuff. You gotta figure out it on your own by yourself. If you go through your art progress history and stream already, also you can see your progress. I don't really have like my first ever arts and stuff. It was on my different, uh, it was on my other PC, and I don't have access to it anymore. Fun Feasibility Painting is just trying to figure out how to transition to digital. Mm. I mean, it is fun, but well, art fundamentals are the same no matter what, though. Traditional is legit. Well, well, how you depends on how you look at it. Especially if you do it as a career, right? Like, what are you? What are the likelihoods of you making it as a artist who does traditional compared to digital? I think it's pretty obvious that you have way, way more chances of getting a job or, making money doing digital art. So how legit is traditional then? A lot of Magic the Gathering artists that paint traditionally, that's not, there is very much an exception because like look at it like this, like how many people actually study art in academies and shit? Like lots and lots of people. I mean, there are always full of students. and then how many people actually work in the industry, how many people actually make it a successful career. Fucking like one or two of like hundreds of graduates. And those are the people who were probably doing digital art along the way and were like practicing on their own. Character design, something similar as a career, then I would say the traditional is actually taking you in another direction. Character design is like fully about exploration and trial and error, and like, it's definitely not about precise measurement and, things with traditional. Hey, Patello. Yeah, another drug fear piece, man. Another one. Third one in a row. How are you doing, my man? What are you painting? Any dragons by any chance? Stuff the teaching graphic design classes like how to make logos and advertisements and stuff. Yeah, dude, no wonder. Why do you need a degree? Is that like what's the point of it? ETVs for everything now? Like truly, man, there's all the education is free. They teach you fundamentals of composition with grids and stuff, which is helpful. But like, do you need to go somewhere to learn that though? You can just literally look it up on YouTube. I'm not saying that's how you should do it. I'm curious, like, what's your understanding of it? Measures of fine arts? Really? I think that has not been a requirement for last like at least 5 years, maybe even more. People just want your portfolio be good, and work experience would be actually the best thing that you can have probably. I haven't seen any like uh, educational requirements ever. So digital jobs are gone tomorrow, and traditional gives you a dev knowledge that is adaptable tomorrow. What? Entirely disagree, man. I think it's just like art is one whole thing. Traditional is just another media, and it's definitely not as popular and not as like not on demand as digital, for sure. Plan on taking freelance jobs after college to build a portfolio. You can pretty much start building it now as you're learning. I would even say that it's like a good way to build it. Like look at someone else who's successful at the field that you want to go. Try to do stuff that they do. While you do it, you either, succeed in doing it or realize that you lack knowledge, and then you go and research that knowledge and continue doing the stuff. That's kind of how you would want to progress about it. Okay, in my head, I see like a very clear connection between going and studying and literally like delaying solving problems on your own. And I think at some point, like you'll come to that, but it'll just be like a couple years later. The load of classes is high. Class design and construct a catalog for like museum exhibit at our local art museum. Damn. You don't have any grasp of what to do at the school first guide, making sure you actually do things. Yeah, but then yeah, that's actually like a good point, man. That's actually a good way to prove what I mean. Like a good argument for my point is because they actually, yeah, that's what they give you. But then, as I said, at some point you'll end up in a place where you'll still have to figure out stuff for yourself. Like you would be either a professional who's trying to study again, or you'd be like guy looking for a job and like you'll never be in a position where you know everything or know how to do everything. So you'll have to figure out how to do shit. And guess what skill you don't have? Guess what skill you didn't build in the school? Figuring out your problems and how to approach them because it has been done for you. Literally how it is with video games as well, like video games and motivation and how, like literally diminishes your ability to create goals because it does it for you. Like, wouldn't you agree? To me, it sounds perfectly logical. But again, not saying that you should or should not do that. It's just kind of how I feel. I've never studied art at any like college or university or anywhere like that. So I don't know. Climbing a mountain, the more clueless people don't even know where is the mountain. For sure, for sure. Yeah, I agree. It can be helpful, and it is helpful. But at some point, you'll still be left in the middle of the mountain without knowing like where is it you're climbing even. No substitute for business skills and argument here. Not even business skill, man. It's even just like problem solving and like taking accountability. Because like in a way, like if you let's say study at a school and then you don't get a job, you don't necessarily hold yourself accountable for it. It's more like, oh, fucking degrees, mate. They're useless nowadays. Nobody looks for degrees. I fucking studied and paid for it, mate, and then it's still useless. I can get nothing. So you see how like you're even kind of move your accountability on the education system. Hey, Marty, yo, what it would look like if I shouted it to the AI who makes picture look realistic? Yeah, I don't know. Hey Kiri, yo. Kiri, we are molding about art education again. Or just education in general. So you realize you're responsible for your life is the better. Yeah, but like at the same time, I'm trying to be careful about saying that to people. Because like if I say that, then they can take offense on it, like what if, oh, so you mean that I'm not taking my life seriously or something? No, I mean, in a way, yeah. But it also might not be like that. You might have also calculated all of your choices and decided that it's like the best bet for you at the moment, and then like, what do I know? What do I know about your life? Okay, what's new for you, Sunshine? What have you been up to recently? Blue marks on his cheeks and the blue jam gam. Oh yeah, true. Oh, blue marks on the cheeks. Yeah, I would have definitely missed those. Missed those. Thank you for pointing it out. I actually did the chin spike, but it's not blue yet. Yeah, good that you mentioned it. Yeah, like mention everything at this point because I have like only one last tower on this piece, and I'm already kind of working on getting ready to finishing it. Out in capital for a birthday. Oh, nice. Was it your birthday? Got ready for business class for no reason. Felt fancy as fuck. Yo, nice. That sounds nice. Oh, just your friends. Were they paying for for everything too? Oh, you paid for yourselves? Oh no. Don't people usually try to cover all the expenses for their own birthdays for others? I thought that there is a common thing. Imagine being a woman paying for everything herself. Yeah, what's the point of being a woman then, huh? I think you should, you know, raise the concerns and present them to your friends. It's like, guys, I think you're missing the point. Who do you think I am? Would you be a housewife? Who, me? I don't know if I can qualify for even a wife. I'm glad you do, Chaotic. Male wives are a thing. Oh, I'll have to think about it very carefully and very precisely. Is yours crazy around here? No excuse. Bro, it's literally nothing where I live. Like, that's not a thing. Easter is not a thing where I live. It's never been. Like, what do you guys do on Easter? You eat chocolate eggs, don't you? More details on elbow jams? Yeah, I'll get them in. Dislike for cold boiled eggs. Yacht race and get wasted. Holy. Yeah, that sounds not necessarily Easter related, but also pretty fun too, though. Not sure if you'd be able to see the other gem though. Maybe you actually would. Egg hunt must be entertaining. Yeah, probably is. For kids though, definitely. Yeah, pranks usually never go well. No matter what it is and how harmless it seems from the start, somehow it can always harm somebody. Oh, rings on the wings, true. You're right, I entirely forgot about them. They're mainly on the ones we don't necessarily see as clearly. Like they're on the outside portion of wings. Prank simulation video booming everyone on YouTube. You're pretty, somehow pranks always mm, like there's a lot of them that just end up being like extremely violent and shit, and it's yeah, like making people uncomfortable on purpose, and then they can say, "Oh, that's a prank, though." Incredible, dude. How can I turn the line of committing a crime? Yeah. Have you guys seen like those guys who are doing that in like Japan and stuff? Like trying to travel to Japan for free and those kind of things. Just like going on trains and locking up in the toilet room and then just sitting there. Those kind of pranks. Stealing stuff, not paying for stuff, like, and actually recording it fucking too. Oh, yo, Manari. Bro, how come all the notifications are quiet, but the rate is creamier once again? Hey, Manari, yo, thank you very much for the raid, buddy. Welcome, 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 Sunshines. How did your stream go, friend? What were you up to? Yeah, I am drawing a drug fear character. That's a stream commission that I do like in 7 hours. I can show you guys. Oh, actually, for Manari in drawers, I can actually show you guys the one that I finished before that. It was this piece. Boom. Yeah, I think Manari, your audience would more appreciate art like this than the drug fear character. But yo, this is what I have today, though. Yeah, I'm almost done with this piece. It's like half an hour left, and then I'm going to be working on my personal art, which is also pretty cool. I can show you. He's 7, 6. I think that was 4, right? Yeah, it's this. What I have for my personal piece. It's my character from WoW. She's like restoration shaman. She uses water, and it's a lot of water painting. with little froggies and shit. Yeah, fun time. In these pieces, it is fire though. No water. Shamans are based as fuck. They sort of are. They sort of are. Cannot argue with you. Looking forward to this piece for months since you confirmed it. Nice, man. Nice. It's very nice to know that people are looking forward to it. Oil painting on copper. I think I did. Just what Archer? Where was it? I look for it all. I just sometimes I just forget. Where was it, man? Seems like it was a while ago. Yeah, I scrolled up. It seems like it was. It's in general. Oh, it's this. Hold on. What the fuck? Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Dude, I don't hate traditional. Come on. I don't hate traditional. It's just it's more about the education that I don't like, and it's not traditional art that I hate. Stop twisting it. He hates it. I don't hate it. I even plan on doing it myself sometime in the future whenever I'm up to fucking around and not doing anything seriously. You know, once I actually feel like wasting time and doing something unproductive, I'll definitely invest my time into it, of course. Yeah, who says that I hate it? It's just that, you know, you gotta be honest with yourself. There is like serious stuff that is digital art, and then there's this like parody that came pretty recently. They call it traditional, and it doesn't give you anything. Materials cost money. You can easily like make kind of fuck up the whole thing by just like doing a brushstroke on accident. There was no like reverse or control Z button, nothing like that. So yeah, it's very kind of new in development, has not been patched out nicely. Yeah, kind of goes along the trends of uh, you know how nowadays people like they release games and games are pretty much just not finished at all. They pretty much just released an open beta test for people to test, and then like year down the line they'll kind of fix the game. It's kind of the same with traditional, but it seems like they have not been fixing it for decades already. People on the other side say the same shit. I mean, you can at least see that one of the sides gets commissions, and the other side is just is leaking the fucking brush from oil paints. Hardcore version of painting, yeah. Sorta. If you die, you die. If you mess up the painting, it's messed up. Besides get commissions, but harass boomer prices. Uh, well, I would say some of them do, but it's to be honest, it's not as a reliable path as being a freelance digital artist, for example. Because like if you want to start making money doing digital art, the path is pretty straightforward. Just do it, get a portfolio, announce that your commissions are open, or apply for job somewhere, and then you get it, or you work more and then you get it. With traditional though, it's kind of like local too, unless you sell your shit online, which is kind of cringe. Cringe in terms of like it's difficult to work around it with all the shipping and the cost of the materials. Like everything will just be such a pain. Like why would you even, if you would want to do it like remote, what would it be even like purpose of doing traditional then? Certain art niche communities will pay lots for specific content. Oh, that's definitely true. Yeah, 100%. Ridiculous amount of special kind of art. Oh, I think we know what special kind of art you mean. I think we definitely do. Yeah, Monori knows all too well about special kind of art, don't you, Monori? I mean, Fury is like that in a way. Maybe. Okay, that's how it is. Maybe. Video takes all with traditional. Yeah, exactly, dude. Just have to stick up for traditional. Bro, nobody's cheating on it. We just kind of, but we also acknowledge that it's like, it's. I think people romanticize about art a lot, and traditional is like just ingrained into this romanticization. It's like, oh, traditional meat. It's like it's the art. It's the type of art. And yeah, but I think it's totally reasonable to trying to do art as a job, as a career, and then traditional is kind of a joke in this regard. See you, Monori. Take care, sunshine. And yeah, even as I said, dude, I think maybe we'll see how it goes, but like sometime in the future where like I can afford to maybe do digital less and still like make a living out of it, I'll kind of double down in oil paints. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting, and I think there is definitely something to learn about art and painting if you do oils. And I will try to sell my paints too, my paintings. I mean, it'll be fun, but I'm definitely not taking it really seriously. You know, the best case scenario that I can think whenever I'm thinking about doing oil painting is that I'll try to replicate an already good digital painting and then sell it to my fans, I guess. Real art model. Yeah, so like if you're an enjoyer of my art, or maybe that would be like a really, really fucking expensive version of a commission that I do digital art for you, and then I replicate it traditional and then I send it to you, like mail it to you. That would be kind of dope. Like it would not be. Don't get me wrong, it is like nothing crazy when it comes to art itself, but it would be a fun experience to have, if anything. Material costs certain things is nuts. Wasn't class getting loans to help me buy some of the supplies I would. um, yeah, I'm well aware of that. I actually did try some traditional along my art journey. I bought like the most expensive watercolor paints. They last forever though. Cat footprints. You can't deny that the copper painting isn't sick. It is sick, dude, but at the same time, it's not necessarily traditional painting either, though. Really skilled after some time, and it would be easier to do nice art from the get-go. My painting class for a set basic open with 200 for some little tubes. Holy. There would be in thousands, though. It would be, yeah. I think it would be kind of way more reliable to just like an already existing good artwork that I have that kind of has been received well. I would just straight up try to copy it on in oils and then maybe like sell it online and shit. A good traditional drawing? Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. I'm even worse at it than I am in digital. Okay, please do. That's what Discord is there for. Textures match shimmery surface details. There are metallic shimmery kinds of paints too. Yeah, but like, let's be honest, it's like none of that will carry your painting if the base of it doesn't work. Like sort of like with digital. With digital, you can do way more kind of like crispy edges and details and everything, and but none of it really works if the base sucks. That's kind of why I think that it's way more similar than people think about it. They think, oh, like digital versus traditional. But at the end, it's like on the upper end, if you actually get to do the art itself, it's pretty fucking similar. You get limitations of both medias, and you get positives of both medias too. You know, like there are some downsides, there are some upsides, but at the end, it's like all comes down to how good you are at visual art. That's all. Just way more forgiving. Uh, well, sorta, but also I have so there is this thing with traditional is that it kind of looks better by default. Like take a fucking hard round brush, bro. Look at this. That's the ugliest thing there is when it comes to art. But if you just take a brush and you make a brush stroke with traditional like load of paint, it will already have like a little bit of character to it. Like actually there is no this like perfect circular line in traditional. It's always like stylized in a way. It is always textury. And guess what? Like this is why traditional is like it's in a way easier because it kind of has its own appeal from the start. Digital though, on the other hand, if you have zero skills, it's just it looks very, very dull. Like it looks terrible. So you gotta work harder in digital to make it stand out. Doing digital is very helpful to practice fundamentals. You don't need to wait to paint to dry or experiment. I think digital is how you should study art, to be honest. There's just really no argument for making it better in traditional stuff like pencil drawings. Or I don't think that they are that much different than digital. How to clip things? No, you can do it on your own. Here is layers. You can draw like 2-year-old child and make the layer better, drawing better and better layer by layer. Uh, I don't think that's a strong enough argument, man. Because everybody have layers, like digital is, but still, someone's paintings look like crap if they're only starting out. It's not like layers save them from their art looking like shit. No. 10 sketches on top of each other, Control Z and crop shit. Yeah, but I don't think it's like, mm, you can, but it doesn't really matter because like with drawings, with pencil drawings, that's the whole thing that they're like faster and I would say it's pretty much similar, like pencil drawings, and like the difference is not big enough to make a difference. And then if you're getting good at it, it's actually way easier to even like in digital to sketch a new thing rather than try to like reestablish the previous one. Kind of know how it is for traditional as well. You can allow yourself to make mistakes instead of doing things right from the start. Yeah, and like, guess what? It's like way better for learning though. Isn't that the whole point? But it is what you choose to learn from. The amount of time I wish I could select and transform my RL pieces. Yeah. And guess what? Like it is only matter like only the final matters. So like why decline yourself of that option with digital into traditional instead? Like if only what matters is what you end up with, then why would you not allow yourself to make mistakes in digital and have this elitist mindset with traditional? Oh, it's the legit art. Well, yeah, then fucking have your mistakes cost you, you know, hundreds of dollars in materials then. Because you'll keep making mistakes like I do, it takes more time. Uh, well, you gotta make mistakes to learn from them. If you don't make mistakes with traditional, you never learn. Bro, it just literally like the proof of that is like artists, look at how much better um, like current traditional artists are compared to like old masters that only had traditional. Like people have gotten so much better, and that's because they're able to like experiment and do stuff and reworking and everything. Modify strokes brush after painting them. You have tools to change size perspective of elements. I mean, of course, yeah, but in traditional law, you can say instead of that, you do planning. You kind of do, you can make a sketch on paper and then only transition it um, to uh, to canvas and do oils on it. If you only rely on tools, you'll keep making the mistakes. Bro, that's like incorrect though. What do you mean only rely on tools? Like you gotta make mistakes to learn from them. Like I swear, I never understood this argument of, oh, traditional is not forgiving towards your mistakes, so it's like it makes you teach, like it teaches you better. That's literally the opposite. That's the opposite of what it does. You mean it head bigger every time in crop you'll keep doing that? I think you're making like um I can see your point, but that doesn't like one thing doesn't necessarily mean the other. Like if you do it this way, it doesn't mean that other people would not learn from it. Like you can literally force yourself to do the same with digital. Like you can not do a transform to, you can only paint on one layer. It's almost like you're assigning different meaning to what digital is. Like so like you're saying that the way you use digital is how it is. Meanwhile, like, digital is just a media, It's not the way you use it. It's just how it is. Hey Simon. Yeah, exactly. Do you see that's the only requirement to learn from them? Fixing them is also learning experience, but it doesn't matter which tool you use to fix it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Cody, kind of same. Kind of same. I also think that with like sketching on paper and like traditional paint in general, you kind of have more of a mind muscle connection to it, if that makes sense. Like digital is kind of like it's you don't get that much of a physical feeling and connection to it, to work that you do. Wouldn't use all the media. I'm not arguing for not using all the media. I actually don't even remember where this argument started from. Drawing tablets with or without screen? Yeah, I guess. I've never had a tablet with a screen. How is it, everybody? I'm doing wonderful, Simon. I wasn't doing that wonderful yesterday and the day before because I have had some uh, PC issues, but I have resolved all of them with the help of the stream and everybody. Art blooms from limitations. Yeah, exactly. Let's see, do I have this painting saved? I don't think I do. Well, there is this one painting by ArtView that I really like that is like very desaturated, and it only has a little bit of color around like the kind of magic effect area. I'm like, damn, that's such a nice way to do it. You kind of limit yourself to using no colors throughout the whole piece, like the character, the clothes. Nothing is colored, but it's only like the little fire the character creates is colored. Mosquito towers change depending on the size monitor. It says, oh, wait, wait, Irby, so what do you mean? If you zoom out on the screen tablet, it's not the same. Like you also change the ratio of what you're drawing, though. Adjust your layers at the end every piece, missing on something really. No, that's I don't agree here at all. To be honest, like for me, like post processing colors and everything else, it never works. It literally never does. I either do it like right from the get-go with my process, or I don't do it at all. It's a gradual process of building up your colors, and I don't think it's like as easy as like just establish them in fucking one curve layer after you're done with the piece. We can agree to disagree, but there's nothing even to disagree on. We agree on everything. You're not even disagreeing, man. I guess you're arguing that traditional is better for studying and understanding art, and to that, well, you know, whoever ends up being a better artist, I guess, is the answer, right? Change monitor or change tablet, you must really learn muscle memory. You don't have that relying process on any screen tablet. There is always 1-to-1 ratio. I'm really not sure what you mean. Monitor or change tablet. I think you mean like the size of your graphic tablet, right? It's kind of that you have to adjust your muscle memory towards that, and with that I agree. But is that a big deal though? Like how often do you do that? Draw my lines really sketchy, like what did I have? You definitely feel like approaching traditional digital differently. Yeah, that's for sure. Stop agreeing with me. There's also one thing, that I don't think you guys give enough credit to. It's like i- during this argument, it all kind of boiled down to, oh, you're able to change things in digital and traditional. You're not able to change things. How often do you fucking like change things though? Like all the time. But no, like how often do you actually spot a mistake in your art and fix it? Like usually big mistakes, like you spot like not even during the process, not afterwards, like after months when you come back to the piece and you think, oh, I was dog shit back then. I should have done it differently. This is like a mistake that you spot. And it's not even about the media that it comes to fixing it. It's about like you just being better at art. Like the actual mistakes, that's something that is actually worth fixing. It's not a, oh, this side is a little bit to this side and to this, but actually like how to make your pieces better. That's way more mm, kind of important than just a little bit of like, missed brushstroke or something. Whole painting process is fixing mistake. No, that's just painting process, man. That's just like adjusting things as you go. I don't mean that. Think on the like on a bigger scale, like take one of your old paintings and think, oh, okay, what is right and what is wrong about that? How would you do it now? That would be adjusting mistakes. And to be honest, like it's both for traditional and digital. Like the painting is done. It's just a matter of how do I do it the next time? Like how do I learn from what I have done wrong? Because who fucking goes to their old digital paintings and redo them? Like literally nobody. Literally nobody. People like start new ones. Fixing something on my ref sheet after a few months. Well, you made a mistake there though. You should have not done that. That was pretty reckless on your part. But you see what I mean, guys? It's not about fixing like a little fucking mistake using, oh, they use a transform tool. It's a control Z. I think that's such a minor thing. It's about like actually, you know, getting better as an artist and, taking a different approach or learning something about like art in general. Not about little fucking, let's move this pixel to the right, and that's such a huge advantage because I cannot move my paint on the right with traditional. It really feels good as drawing an image, ref sheet and seeing the improvement. I actually didn't like. I only did it once, and I didn't like it at all. I don't know. For some reason, it felt like a waste. I don't know why. It does seem like it's a fun thing, but from my own experience, I ended up not enjoying it. What I mean to making mistakes now, but I get what you mean. It's developing process. Sort of, yeah. Can't do traditional at all. I'm bad at drawing. Okay. Why were you working for it then? I said, why were you arguing for it then? If you don't do traditional. Just felt like adding more colors to the horns. Still trying to develop technique of just like adding random hues here and there. I feel like it's not as easy. I think it's fine. Bro, it's kind of hot in here, damn. That are getting warmer and warmer every single day. Yeah, no, I agree. You don't have to do something to have an opinion about it, but I think it's also fair to assume that, that's a pretty, how to say, like, weak opinion. I don't think you should, like, hold much weight to that opinion if you have no experience in the subject. Hate working colors and shapes out real nice in digital, not realizing the poses off. I mean, poses are about shapes though too. Colors, yeah, colors don't really matter. But I feel like with poses, man, you gotta think about them in terms of shapes almost first. Like you gotta balance on the edge of like pose being realistic and it being like skewing it towards a favorable shape, so to say. Like, what do you think? This is like how calves look? Of course not. They're not that angular, but why the hell would it matter if the shape is fun? The shape is pointy and like has a lot of energy to it. So like, who really cares if calves are like more more soft and like have a more gradual transition from one muscle to another? Does it really matter?